Hillary Clinton. We've had enough. I've had enough. We're sick of seeing our guy plastered on the front of every mainstream media source, just attack after attack after attack. While you, who are covered up to your flabby neck in scandal, you don't hear a peep. And that's going to stop. Because you may have mainstream media in your pocket, but not social media. And I think that that's going to be the bane of your campaign, because you cannot silence the voices of everyday Americans. The people, they don't like you. You're the most unpopular presidential candidate for the Democratic side in the history of American politics, and that's for a reason. And it's not because you're a woman, it's because of your actions. It's because people see you up there just regurgitating the same tired crap that we hear every election. And everybody knows, Hillary, who you really are. You are a lying, corrupt, power-hungry, callous, mean-spirited, vengeful, shrieking harpy of a woman. And the voters know it. And we're going to expose you to an entire generation of young people who were not old enough to know you in the 90s. The minorities that you claim to champion, you've thrown under the bus countless times when it's politically expedient for you to do so. Black Americans, young black Americans today that are out there waving flags for you, if they were around in the 90s, according to you, they would have been predators. Young black men were predators, super predators that needed to be brought to heel. Look it up, guys, it's her words. Brought to heel like a dog. And that's what you did. You brought them to heel. And just like dogs, you threw them into cages. One of the biggest laments from the black community is the incarceration. And you've even come out with your husband and you've apologized for it because you knew it was wrong. But it's what was popular then, it's what got you votes then, so that's what you went with. Black families were and are continuing to be devastated by the effects of that. Providers are in jail. Fathers, uncles, brothers, sisters, friends, family are rotting in jail because of you and your husband. And you can't just blame it all on your husband because you were cheerleading for him. You were helping him advance these agendas. And you want to put him in charge of the economy? It's pathetic. And in women, my God. The notion that you are going to champion women is laughable. It was just this year, you're talking about Bill Cosby, that if a woman says that she was raped or assaulted, you should always believe them. Well, why don't you follow your own advice, Hillary? Because the women that claim that your husband took advantage of them sexually, they came out, even though they knew it was dangerous to do so, because they were going to be attacked, and you were one of them. You called one of the ladies who was crying out for help a Looney Tune. Okay? And I don't want to hear, well, that's what Bill did. You know what? You stood by him. He was president of the United States. Have some integrity. And he was sleeping with women inside the White House. And then he lied about it. Perjury, you can't say that, Tyler. Yeah, I can, actually. I can, because it's the truth. It's the truth. I don't understand how people can look at you and say, that's who I want to rule me. That's who I want to speak for me. Well, you don't speak for me. You're no ally of mine. As a gay guy, I know how many times you've slapped us in the face. Don't think that I forgot in 2008 that you didn't support equal rights for me because you needed that moderate vote. You needed that moderate vote, so you did not care. You did not support equality for me. And, well, Tyler, Republicans, they don't support gay marriage either. You know what? Let me tell you something. I would rather have defensive wounds on my hands than to be stabbed in the back. And that's what you've done To anybody that's ever crossed you, Hillary, you're a bad person. You're a bad person. And people know it. People don't trust you. They watch you up there speaking, and there's nothing behind those eyes but ambition and the lust for power. You think this is entitled to you. Why do you think Bernie Sanders did so well? It wasn't because he was a radical socialist. It was because he wasn't you. Anybody but you. I mean, Donald Trump has the left, and he has the media, and he has his own party against him. Of course he's going to get negative polls in the press and everything, but you should be 20, 30 points ahead of him considering, but you're not. He's within arm's reach. And as this campaign goes on, and more of us stand up and expose you for what you really are, I don't think you have a chance. You literally want to weaken our borders. You want to legitimize a bunch of people that are here illegally, that have committed crimes, which, yes, include rape and murder. Well, Tyler, it's not very many of them. I don't care. It shouldn't have been one. It shouldn't have been one. You will tell that to the mothers of dead children that have been slaughtered by people who aren't even supposed to be in this country, that if this country did its job, they would not be dead. It doesn't matter how many there were, there shouldn't be one. And then Orlando, what a slap in the face. You focus on guns. You were shamed by Donald Trump to finally come out and say radical Islamic terrorism. You were pressured to do it, and you did it, but barely. It was pulling teeth. Fangs, really. And it disgusted me, Hillary. It disgusted me. What would your response been if you would have blown the place up with a bomb or set it on fire? What would you, if you didn't have guns, if you didn't have something that's been on the Democratic wish list for a long time, if you didn't have that agenda to push, then what would it have been? What would your reaction have been? You're not fooling anyone, Hillary. You're not fooling anyone. You're a bad person. You don't care about people. People don't look at you and think that you care about them. Okay? You're untrustworthy. People are voting for you only because they hate the other guy more. That's it. While us, Donald Trump, who speaks for real Americans, who speaks for us, who says things that we think and we feel, we're excited. We're energized to finally put America first. And yes, some of us are nationalists, and I'm not ashamed to say it. You and the liberals, you've done this weird thing where if we don't agree with you in the liberal agenda, you've made it be something to be ashamed of. And that's going to change, because us, Trump supporters, people who want to stop you, we're going to speak up. There's more where this came from, and it's not going to be just from me. We are going to expose you for the bad person that you are. So, heads up, Hillary.